Christmas is nearly upon us, which means it's ugly season sweater. It's ugly sweater season. How did I say that wrong? Ugly sweater season. Whilst this design was previously reserved for woven sweaters, it's now become increasingly popular for print on demand. It might not have the same effect, but people still love it. They can get it on hoodies, t-shirts, sweaters, anything really, and it can just be that ugly sweater design. Oh, and a quick warning for you. I'm going to be saying the words ugly Christmas sweater a lot in this video, so I thought we could have some fun with it. If you can correctly answer in the comments down below how many times I say the word ugly, I'm going to pick a winner at random from all the correct answers, and I'm going to PayPal them £30. Now, I really wish I could PayPal everyone £30. I think that would be amazing, but unfortunately I can't. But I can definitely PayPal one person who gets the answer right. I was going to say the first person to comment, but I know that's not fair, as some people aren't able to watch this video as soon as it comes out. So tomorrow I'm going to compile all the right answers, and I'm going to pick at random and, message you and send you £30. Anyway, so yeah, comment that down below and let's just get right into the video. So in today's video, I want to show you how you can create an ugly Christmas sweater from scratch, or at least from an existing design. As well as that, I have spent hours and hours and hours creating a whole bunch of different graphical elements, which I'm going to make available for you to download for free in the description. Now, the reason I've done this is because, well, anyone can make these designs. They're not very difficult. You'll see when I show you. The point is that they're really, really time consuming. So I wanted to save you a bit of time and just share with you my files. Another reason why I wanted to do this is because not everyone has a subscription to some sort of online tool or something where they can just get these for free anyways, or get them within their subscription. This way, every single person will have access to these elements, and that way, you don't need a subscription to be able to create ugly Christmas sweaters this season. As well as that, I'm also going to show you how to use them for various different types of ugly sweaters. I'm going to show you how you can transform your current design into an ugly sweater, and I'm going to show you how you can actually create these t-shirts or pillows or sweaters or whatever you want to create with 2 different platforms. But first, let me just show you how popular the ugly Christmas sweater niche really is, and this is why you have got to be in it. So let me just record my screen, and you can see here, right? I'm on the Google keyword planner tool, and the keyword ugly Christmas sweater, just in the UK and the US, we could add, Australia, we can add Canada, we can add various other countries, but just in the UK and the US, it gets 100,000 to 1 million monthly searches. And as well as that, there are 9 other keywords that get between 10 and 100,000 monthly searches. Ugly sweater, Christmas sweaters, Christmas sweatshirt, funny Christmas sweaters, and so on. So, I really wish I was able to kind of explain just how huge this is. That is millions of searches for one specific niche. Like, I don't even know how to process how popular this is, but it's not just how popular this is, there's also, it's not that competitive, which sounds weird, but it's not. If we look at the top page bid and the low range and the high range, it's really not that bad, right? So you could even create a Google ad, which I'm not going to talk about in this video, but I'm just showing you how there's a lot of searches here and a lot of potential, but it's not crazy competitive. As well as that, you've also got tons and tons and tons of 1,000 to 10,000 searches per month. Like, so many. It's insane. There are just so many. It just scrolls on forever and ever. And 10,000 searches a month is still a lot of searches every single month. An important thing to remember, especially with this kind of data, is a lot of this data is based around your generic ugly Christmas sweater. So the Merry Christmas with the whole ugly pixelated effect on it. That's what a lot of these keywords are related to. In this video, we don't just want to create the generic ugly Christmas sweater. I want to show you how you can transform your idea, your niche, whatever it may be, into an ugly Christmas sweater design. Because if you can create a double kind of sub niche like we did with Halloween, if you can create the ugly Christmas sweater matched with your sub niche and put them together, you are going to be targeting a much smaller, more targeted audience of people who are much more likely to buy. So let's head over to the computer again and let me show you the designs that I have made for you. This is the file, right? They're not a masterpiece. In fact, they're a bit ugly, but then that's the point. They're quite basic, to be honest, and really anyone can make them. The only thing is, because there are literally thousands of tiny squares, it has taken a hell of a long time, which is why I wanted to make these available to you so you didn't have to spend hours and hours creating the graphics yourself for your ugly sweaters. So we can see we've got a whole bunch of different elements here. We've got the frames, as I like to call them. So all of these are different frames, and then you've got just different random graphical elements. You've got snowflakes, you've got reindeers, you've got a hat, which is on a black background because obviously it's red and white. You've got hearts, Christmas trees, and then just other random graphical elements that you could use in and around your design. I'm going to show you how you can use these specific elements on 2 platforms, but quickly, let me just show you. When you download it, this is what you're going to get. It's going to be a zip file of all the elements on an individual level. As you can see, I have saved all the elements on their own, right? You are going to be able to get access to all of these elements. The reason why I've saved it like this as individual PNGs for you to download is so that you can go and use them on whatever platform you want. If you use, Photopia, however you say it, if you use Photoshop, you use Canva, you use Pixelated, whatever you use, you can use these elements in your program. Now, I created these in Photoshop, and as well as that, my wife Lauren helped me create these in a program that she uses called Figma. Figma is a really cool graphic program that is free. She actually said to me, should I make a tutorial video for your channel showing people how to use Figma, because it's free, which means everyone can use it and it's incredibly powerful. So let me know in the comments down below if you want to see a full tutorial on how to use Figma. Either way, these are the elements. So we can use these elements on a generic t-shirt, and I'm going to show you a generic t-shirt that I've already made, and we can use these elements on your own sub-niche t-shirt. Now, when I say t-shirt, you can set it on anything. You can sell it on sweaters, t-shirts, hoodies, pillows, backpacks, whatever you want to sell them on. It's just, I'm saying the word t-shirt, but it can be on any print-on-demand product. First things first, we are going to want to download a pixelated font to go with our ugly sweaters, our ugly design, right? So if we go over to the internet, and we go over to Google Fonts. Now I've picked one from Google Fonts because you can use it, it's free, you can use it on your t-shirts commercially, it's absolutely fine. We've gone with the font VT323 by Peter Hull, and as you can see, it's kind of like a pixelated font, and it's good, it works, and I'm going to show you ways that I've used it. Okay, next thing we want to do is I want to show you how we can create just your generic ugly Christmas sweaters, because in your portfolio of ugly Christmas sweaters, you want to have a variation of generic ones and then your sub-niche ones. So let's just quickly look at a generic one that I created using these elements, or some of these elements. Now, I've already created it because I didn't want this video to be too long, but I'm going to show you how I did it. It's very, very simple. But as you can see, you've got snowflakes, you've got different elements. It says Merry Christmas, and then you've got the Christmas tree. Now, I've made one green, and I'm going to show you why I've made one green. As you can see, everything is black. All these elements are black, and you might want them to be red, green, blue, yellow, any other color under the sun, and that's absolutely fine. If you are using Photoshop, it's really easy to do that. You just have to double click on an element, and it will open up this layer style box, and in there you can just do color overlay, and you can change the color to whatever it is you want. So if you want to go blue, there you go. You see how that tree is now blue. Now, if you're using other programs like Canva or anything else, then I'm not so sure how to change the color. I don't even know if it's possible. I do know you can do this in Affinity Designer, in Illustrator, in Photoshop, in so many other programs, especially ones that you have downloaded and are using. So that is how you can change the color. Now, in terms of adding elements, it's just as simple as, dragging it on. So drag it on, and there we go. We have an element. We can resize it. We can make it smaller. We can make it larger. We can move it around. So let's just put we can put it there. We can copy it. So hold down Option, and let's zoom in a bit. Let's hold down Option, and then just copy it. So we have another one there, another one down here. And you can kind of get what I'm going for here. Now you can see I've used the borders at the bottom and then a couple of trees. So again, we can drag a border in, we can use the border, right? We can line it all up. It's very straightforward, and I've made sure all these elements are really easy to use. And again, like I said, we want these borders to be a different color, no problem. First things first, we just have to right click, click rasterize, and then double click it, open this box, color overlay, bam, it's now blue. just matching the tree. So that is how we would make a generic ugly Christmas sweater. And the amount of designs are endless. You can have snowflakes in different places. You can have the elements in different places. You can have all of these different things, right? They're all individual things. You can have them all in different places, right? So like I said, these are all the borders. These are all their own file, as you can see, right? And then all of these are going to be individual, and you can just use them however you want. Now let me quickly show you how you can use it in Canva, because a lot of people have Canva, but they don't have Photoshop. So we would just go into Canva, we would go into Brand Kit, we would upload a font because we want to have our font in there, you know, the pixelated font. And then we would find that, upload this font, yes, upload anyways, and it will upload the font. Now, this isn't to say that Canva probably have their own pixelated font, and they probably do. I haven't searched for it, but because I know I'm using this font, I just want to continue using it. Right, once that font is uploaded, we can create a design. We're going to use the size 4,500 by 5,400. Let's put in text, add a heading. Again, Merry Christmas. Select that and search for V3. And there you go, right? We have our font uploaded into here. Now we can probably write these separately. So to make it a bit better, we would get rid of that. And now we've got something where we can like kind of adjust it a bit better. Now, likewise, if we want to use the files here, we've got them all here. All we have to do is just drag them in. They will pop up in our upload section, and bam, you are good to go. You can resize them. You can do whatever you want. In terms of changing the color, this is where it gets a bit hard. So we can edit image and we can kind of change the color, but I don't really know how to properly change the color, which is why I personally don't like using Canva for this kind of thing, just because I like to have full control. But if you want to use Photopea, it is a free tool. You can do all the same things that you can do on Photoshop, no problem whatsoever. Now let me quickly discuss with you how you can use these elements for a sub niche. Now, a very, very popular niche is the I pause my game to be here, I pause my game to do this, I pause my game to do that. So let's just do I pause my game to open Christmas presents, right? Or to open my presents. I pause my game to open presents. Now I know that's all messed up over here. We're just going to separate this out a bit. We're going to go for that VT font that we downloaded, and we've got I pause my game to be here. Now again, I would probably make this a lot better, so let me just quickly make this a bit better for you. So that would be the writing. We can now obviously center all of this writing so that it works. So that would be the text element of it. And again, we've just used that font. And now all we need to do is we need to go into that folder of all the graphical elements, and we can just start dragging things in, resizing them. Once they're in here, again, if you're using Photoshop, you want to rasterize the layer so that you can do whatever you want with it. But once it's in there, you can now go and put this anywhere. So I'm copying this by holding down Option on my Mac keyboard and just going like that. Okay, very, very simple. And we can add some more elements. So let's add a couple of borders. I like the look of this border, so let's put this border in. And this is going to be a very cool looking border. We can go from edge to edge if we really want, but we don't have to. Again, remember to always rasterize the layer, and we're going to go with a color. So double click it, open layer styles, color overlay, and let's change the color to a more of a darker green. Nice. Okay, now all we need to do is continue adding borders and continue adding elements, right? So it's strangely simple, right? The thing that took ages was creating the elements, but once it's done, it's brilliant, right? Rasterize, double click, layer styles, color overlay, bam, right? And you can kind of see where I'm going with this. It makes it very, very simple to actually create an ugly sweater design, and that's what I wanted for you. And again, to create this in Canva, it's exactly the same. You'll put the text in, you'll drag the elements in, and you're good to go. And that's it for creating ugly Christmas sweaters. I really hope you like this video. I really hope that you start creating your ugly Christmas sweaters now, because sales are going to be coming in ASAP, right? People have already started buying stuff for Christmas. I'm on a whole bunch of different Facebook groups where I am seeing people buying stuff for Christmas every single day. So definitely get your ugly Christmas sweater designs up there. If they're on t-shirts, pillows, backpacks, whatever, hoodies, sweaters, whatever it may be, get them up there. And to be honest, it doesn't take very long. Like if you've got, 10 really good designs that are already getting sales, you don't have to redesign them or rethink the wheel. Just adapt them in a pixelated form and make them as an ugly Christmas sweater. Now, if there's certain elements you want. So for example, this one, I might think, actually, you know what? I want to create a pixelated controller to go with this, right? To kind of match this theme. So rather than have these elements around here, I'd want controllers floating around. If that's the case, I have put in this thing the actual black square that I used. You can drag this black square in, and again, how it works is you would just create a controller. So you'd resize this, right? Zoom in. Again, you can use this in any program you want, but zoom in, and then we can start, creating the size of a controller, whatever it may be. Now, I'm going to be honest. Using Photoshop for this kind of thing is probably not the best tool. To actually create the elements, programs like Illustrator, Figma, or Affinity Designer are far better. Photoshop was an absolute pain to create all these elements. So if you do want to create new elements, I probably wouldn't recommend using Photoshop. But again, if these elements are enough, then just put them in your designs and, get creating. So how many times did I say the word ugly, including that word, that time that I said ugly, and this time, I'm now just saying ugly all the time. How many times did I say that word in this video? Let me know in the comments down below, and tomorrow or the next day, but hopefully tomorrow, I'm going to just pick a random winner that got the answer right, and I will PayPal you £30. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you liked it. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you like the video, and obviously smash the like button. I think I said that anyways. My mind's going crazy, but thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.